أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين.
Fusus al-Iman is a concise format of explanations related to Sahih Iman based on Tafsir Asadi and Irshad al-Asadi. This book series is named Fusus al-Iman, Bezels of Faith, with the intention that it may be used by the people as an anchor of Sahih Iman when sailing in the oceans of knowledge of Quran and Ahadith. For the students of Quran and Ahadith, Fusus al-Iman can act as a primer that will help them solidify their Iman and prepare them for facing the onslaught of deviant sects who misinterpret the Quranic verses and Ahadith to lead them away from Islam. Since Sahih Iman is the essential requirement of salvation in hereafter, it is important to have correct understanding of all issues related to Sahih Iman to become eligible for salvation. This book contains selected verses from the surah. The explanations of these verses will, insha'Allah, benefit all Muslims of the world in protecting their Iman.
غُلِبَتِ الرُّومُ.
Translation: The Romans, Christians, have been defeated by the Persians, fire worshippers. Explanation: The above verse refers to a battle fought in Syria which occurred 5 or 6 years after the declaration of prophethood by the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. There were two superpowers in pre-Islamic world. First, Byzantium, who were Christians, and second, Magi's, Iranians, who were fire worshippers. Magi's Iranians had won that battle.
في أدنى الأرض وهم من بعد غلبهم سيغلبون.
Translation: In the nearby land of Syria, but after their defeat, they will be victorious again.
في بضع سنين لله الأمر من قبل ومن بعد وَيَوْمَئِذٍ يَفْرَحُ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ.
Translation: Within a few years, to Allah belongs the command both before and after any event, and at the time when the Romans will be victorious, the believers will rejoice. Explanation: As was decreed by Allah, there was another battle between the superpowers in the year 2 AH, when Muslims were victorious against Meccan pagans at Badr. In that battle, the Christians were victorious. Naturally, the Muslims were happy seeing the fire worshippers defeated.
بنصر الله ينصر من يشاء وهو العزيز الرحيم.
Translation: At the victory willed by Allah, He gives victory to whoever He wills, for He is the Almighty, most merciful. Explanation: Allah says that on both these occasions the results of the battles between the Magians and the Christians were by the command of Allah.
من الذين فرقوا دينهم وكانوا شيعا كل حزب بما لديهم فرحون.
Translation: And do not be of those who have split up their faith and divided into sects, every faction rejoicing in what it has. Explanation: The above verse explains that sect is a group that has split from the truthful faith of Islam. There are 72 deviant sects and their innumerable subgroups among Muslim community who claim that they follow truthful faith and are on the right path of Islam. As the verse explains, every sect is rejoicing about their faith, considering it to be true. How could it be possible? It is in Quran. As for those who divide their religion and break up into sects, Allah has no part in them in the least. They have gone astray. Their affair is with Allah. He will, in the end, tell them the truth of all that they did. They lost the right path and they will be dwellers of hellfire forever. Al-An'am 159. Who is a true Muslim? A person who proclaims Islamic Shahada and his beliefs are as per truthful Islamic faith based on Quran and Sunnah is a true Muslim. Authenticity of the declaration depends upon his actual belief because Iman is related with the belief in heart. If your belief is not correct, you will be treated as unbeliever or hypocrite on the day of judgment. The sects are based on faiths that are different from the truthful Islamic faith, but they all claim that what they believe is the truthful Islamic faith. It is in Hadith, narrated Umar bin al-Khattab radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, I heard Allah's Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying, the reward of deeds depend upon the intentions and every person will get the reward according to what he has intended. Bukhari, book number 1, Hadith number 1. Muslims offer Salah in congregations. In congregation Salah, they form rows and physically it looks like the person in the back row is prostrating to the person in the front row. But intention of the person is taken into account here. Since the intention of the person is that he is prostrating to Allah, therefore Salah is valid and is an ibadah. Similarly, it is in the intention of the person in Islamic belief, Sahih Iman, that makes him a true Muslim or hypocrite or unbeliever. This is the reason the Prophet ﷺ emphasized that out of 73 major groups of Muslims, only one group is on the right path and the rest will be thrown in hellfire. It is in Hadith, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, Jews got divided into 71 groups and Christians got divided into 72 groups and my nation will get divided into 73 groups. All the groups will enter the hell except one. They asked Allah's Apostle ﷺ, which one is it? He replied, those who will remain on the path on which I and my companions are today. Abu Dawud, Ibn Majah, Ahmad. It is in Hadith. It is narrated on the authority of Abdullah ibn Amr radiyallahu ta'ala anhu that the Prophet ﷺ said that the Muslim Ummah will divide into 73 groups. All of them will enter hell except one, namely the one that follows the way of the Prophet ﷺ and that of his companions. Tirmidhi. There are three major deviant sects among Muslims. First, group 1 consists of Kharijis, Salafis, Deobandis and their like-minded groups. Second, group 2 consists of Shias and their like-minded groups. And third, group 3 consists of Ammanis and their like-minded groups. Among Ammanis, there are two major groups as follows. First, Ammani group number 1. They claim that all sects and their uncountable subgroups are truthful Muslims and they all will get salvation in hereafter. Ammani group 2. They claim that not only all Muslim sects are true Muslims, but also the Christians, Jews and anyone who believes in one God are believers just like Muslims and they will all get salvation on the day of judgment. Ammani group 1. They claim that oral recitation of Shahada, Kalima Tayyibah, is sufficient for a person to be a Muslim. The actual beliefs of deviant sects do not matter. They misquote certain Quranic verses, ahadith and statements of some scholars in this context and emphasize that everyone from all 73 sects and their countless subgroups are Muslims. No one can call their beliefs as deviant or kufr. They maintain cozy relationships with people belonging to all sects and call them brothers in faith, in spite of the fact that the followers of these sects profess kufriya, blasphemous beliefs openly. When someone draws their attention towards this attitude and reminds them about their responsibility to spread Sahih Iman in the world, they call them takfiri. This group, in reality, are challenging the commandments of Allah, His Apostle ﷺ, and all our Imams of the past 1400 years who have elaborated what is kufr, shirk, and what is Iman. The definitions used by our ulama in this context clearly specify that even if you recite Kalima Tayyibah and claim yourselves to be Muslim, there are certain beliefs or actions on your part that take you out of the fold of Islam. They are as follows. First, a person who denies Islam and its testimony, Kalima Tayyibah, or a person who considers belief in Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is optional, not compulsory for salvation in hereafter is infidel, kafir. Second, a person who associates divinity, uluhiyat, with anything other than Allah and considers it worshipable is a polytheist, mushrik. Third, a person who recites Kalima Tayyibah and claims himself to be Muslim but denies Islam in his heart is known as hypocrite, munafiq. Fourth, a Muslim who leaves the fold of Islam is known as apostate, murtad. Fifth, there are many types of hypocrite apostates, murtad, munafiq, as follows. First, a person who recites Kalima Tayyibah, claims himself to be Muslim, but at the same time disrespects and does blasphemy of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Sahaba, Imams and Awliya Allah is known as hypocrite, apostate, murtad, munafiq. Second, a person who recites Kalima Tayyaba and claims himself to be Muslim but believes his God to have human-like physical body, 2 eyes, 2 hands, 2 legs, who is sitting over the skies is known as hypocrite, apostate, murtad, munafiq. Third, a person who recites Kalima Tayyaba claims himself to be Muslim but at the same time visits Hindu temples, Sikh gurudwaras, Jew synagogues, Christian churches and participates in their services is known as hypocrite, apostate, murtad, munafiq. Fourth, it is in Quran, make no excuse, you have done kufr after your iman. At-Tawbah 66. All Ahl Sunnah ulama are unanimous on the above issue. Ammani Group 2. They not only claim all 73 sects and their subgroups are true Muslims, but also believe that everyone who believes in the existence of one God, irrespective of his actual perception and understanding, is a believer on par with Muslims. With this understanding, they declare Christians, Jews, Buddhists and others as believers, just like Muslims. Their beliefs are identical with perennialism. Perennial philosophy has its roots in Platonism, which was condemned by Imam Ghazali during his lifetime, 1058 to 1111. It is important to note that when a person comes under the influence of Ammani ideology, he starts to defy logic by claiming all deviant sects and their uncountless subgroups are Muslims irrespective of their open kufriya, blasphemous beliefs. When this ideology takes root in his mind, he starts claiming that there is a difference between the people of the book and disbelievers, as people of the book, Ahl Kitab, believe in the existence of one God. When he further progresses, he begins to claim that Christians and Jews are believers just like Muslims because they also believe in one God. Then he claims that belief in Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is optional, not necessary for salvation in hereafter. Then he imposes the belief in one God theory on other religions and start claiming that Buddhists, Hindus and others are also believers because they also believe in one ultimate reality or God. It is in Hadith, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, among Muslims, there will be some people, scholars and their followers who will lead people according to principles other than Prophet ﷺ's sunnah. There will be some others who will invite people to the doors of hell, and whoever accepts their invitation, he will be thrown in hell. These misguided people will be from within the Muslim community. Muslims should stick to their chief, who is on the right path of Islam. If they do not find a chief or the righteous group, they should keep away from all those different sects, Ammani, Salafis, Deobandis, Shias, etc., even if they had to eat the root of a tree, till they meet Allah. Part of the Hadith. Bukhari, book number 56, and Muslim, book number 2. It is in Quran, and whoever opposes the Apostle of Allah ﷺ after the path of guidance has come clear to him and follows the path other than that of the true believers, we shall keep him in the same state of disorientation he has himself turned to, and shall eventually cast him into hellfire, and that is an evil dwelling. An-Nisa 115.
ولقد آتينا لقمان الحكمة أن اشكر لله ومن يشكر فإنما يشكر لنفسه ومن كفر فإن الله غني حميد.
Translation: We gave Luqman alayhi salam wisdom enjoining, be grateful to Allah. Whoever is grateful does so only for his own good. Whereas whoever is ungrateful should know that Allah is rich beyond need and praiseworthy. Explanation: As has been the case with some prophets whose names have been mentioned in Quran, names of certain awliya Allah who were the followers of earlier prophets have also been mentioned in Quran. Luqman alayhi salam is one of the awliya Allah who lived during times of earlier prophets before Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
إن الله عنده علم الساعة وينزل الغيث ويعلم ما في الأرحام وما تدري نفس ماذا تكسب غدا وما تدري نفس بأي أرض تموت إن الله عليم خبير.
Translation: Indeed, Allah alone has the knowledge of the hour. He sends down the rain and knows what is in the wombs. No one knows what he or she will earn for tomorrow, and no one knows in what land he or she will die. Surely Allah is knowledgeable and fully aware of all things. Explanation: The meanings of the verse are very much clear. Allah knows what is in the wombs means how many children will be born to an individual woman and what will be their nature, lifespan, where they will live and where they will die, and what will be their final destination in hereafter, hell or paradise. Surely all these details are only known to Allah.
ولنذيقنهم من العذاب الأدنى دون العذاب الأكبر لعلهم يرجعون.
Translation: And surely we will make them taste the lighter punishment in this life before the greater punishment in the hereafter, so that they may return to the right path. Explanation: When people are faced with calamities, floods, earthquakes, outbreak of disease, famine, scarcity of crops, etc., it may sometimes indicate the signs of Allah's lighter punishment. Seeking Allah's forgiveness and refuge in such situations is always a safe path. In this context, we would like to draw the attention of all the people in the world to read the Quran and try to understand their Lord. This is the primary purpose of this tafsir. Everyone in the world needs to read Quran and ponder over its verses. If they sincerely read it and seek the assistance of their Creator, they will surely get back to the right path and get salvation in hereafter. Quran provides convincing answers to all your doubts about faith and collective and individual behavior in the world.
صدق الله العلي العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم.